Protect your online privacy today at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for another Star Citizen story. Don't remember that being a weekly thing. We're diving back in today because the SC fans are getting restless and sentiments are turning sour. We'll get into what the fan base are rightfully and finally concerned about. But first, anyone?
It's time for a regular check-in with the most expensive game ever made. Is it Pray Tell finished?
It is absolutely not finished. Oh. No, it's super not finished. For the better part of a decade, not finished yet. Despite raising ungodly levels of money, the team behind Star Citizen still has not very much to show for it.
The project started in 2012 as a crowd-funded project to make an immersive space simulation combat game. Had a legendary developer, Chris Roberts, running the show, and players jumped on board to support it. Very nostalgia-fueled.
It's gone on to raise hundreds of millions of dollars from fans who really wanted a big space sim game on their PCs. But some of the game's most devoted fans are upset that they haven't heard from the developer in a while now.
Yeah, specifically, they're talking about the progress of the single-player campaign, and it's called Squadron 42. Yeah, it gets a little confusing, but Star Citizen actually split into two games. A multiplayer game which they call the Persistent Universe, and Squadron 42, which stars big-name talent like Mark Hamill, Gillian Anderson, Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
I mean, it has an I in it.
Well, it's two L's.
I don't know if it was like Cavill. Those three big-name talent and some others.
Mark
too.
Strong, Gary Oldman.
That guy from Game of Thrones, right?
That's where all the money went. It was just on asking those people to be associated, even in a marketing sense. They put out a sweet-looking trailer for the game and released an hour of gameplay back in 2018. Then it was reported that the game finally was expected to go into beta later this year. Finally, an actual game. But not so fast, because this is Star Citizen and nothing is ever easy.
Yeah, earlier this year, the team at Roberts Space Industries stopped updating that roadmap, saying that it didn't accurately represent development on a AAA chapter-based story-driven game like SQ42. Yeah, duh.
They went on to write that, "We want to be clear, progress on Squadron 42 is happening and we're broadly happy with that progress, but we know that our roadmap is not reflecting that progress."
But they'd promised that they'd keep fans regularly apprised of their progress, writing, "We'll incorporate more Squadron 42 content into our regular sprint reports on ISC, calling all devs, AMAs, and more. In addition to our scheduled content, such as the Squadron 42 monthly report, we're also looking forward to providing regular video check-ins with Brian Chambers and a variety of members of the Squadron 42 team."
Well, it was that last part that had real fans particularly annoyed, because that was more than 4 months ago, and those regular updates haven't happened. Reddit user NoFuture09 made a post in the Star Citizen subreddit a few days ago citing that update from the developers. They pointed out that in the ensuing 4 months, we had no AMAs, no check-ins with Brian and the team, and nothing more.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh no, I wonder what Brian Chambers has been up to.
Brian, square up. This is me calling you out.
That post got more than 2,000 upvotes from other fans of the game who wanted answers from the developer, and keep in mind that lots of these people backed the game. These are the truly hardcore Star Citizen fans, the ones that are in our mentions whenever we put out a video about Star Citizen.
We may not be hardcore Star Citizen fans here at Inside Gaming. We'll be the first to admit it. We play games that are out and made, but we are hardcore Stamp fans because stamps are awesome. Today's episode is sponsored by Stamps.com. I just realized it's probably going to be me reading it. Take it away, Connor. Today's episode of Inside Gaming Daily is sponsored by Stamps.com. Listen, we're all adjusting to the new normal, and we need to be smart about the way we do business. Luckily, Stamps.com is here to make things easier. Thousands of small business owners have discovered the benefits of Stamps.com in the recent months. They've been able to keep their businesses running and avoid the crowds at the post office, all from their own computers. You know, we want to stay indoors. We don't want to deal with lines. And so we're able to do everything we need to do from home. With Stamps.com, you can print postage on demand and avoid going to the post office, like I said, and you'll save money with discounted rates you can't even get at the post office. Stamps.com also offers UPS services with discounts up to 62% and no residential surcharges. You should just be looking around your place for things to just ship. Just ship it all. Just put it in a box and send it, because you can do it from home. Stamps.com brings all the mailing and shipping services you need right to your computer in the comfort of your home or office. Whether you're a small business sending invoices, an online seller shipping out products, or just working from home and need to mail stuff, Stamps.com can handle it all with ease. I've had to mail some letters, not something I normally do. Stamps.com came in clutch. Simply use your computer to print official US postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. Once your mail is ready, just leave it for your mail carrier, schedule a pickup, or drop it in the mailbox. It is that simple. And like I said, with Stamps.com, you get great discounts too. 5 cents off every stamp and up to 62% off USPS and UPS shipping rates. Stamps.com is a no-brainer, saving you time and money. I don't even have a brain because I shipped it. It's gone. And it was so easy, I don't even need it. Right now, our viewers get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in inside. That's Stamps.com, enter inside.
Connor, I could feel your passion for stamps pouring off of every word you said. So what else did Star Citizen fans have to say about the lack of communication from the developers? Well, some pointed to comments that the development team made saying that they'd solved a lot of technical issues with Squadron 42 and that they were really close to getting something we can show the community. But that was in a video 4 years ago.
4 Earth years?
Most people were just upset that the communication with players is sporadic at best, and they just wanted someone to come clean with them, which doesn't seem like that much of a big ask.
Reddit user Wooly Dub wrote, if something has changed course with Squadron 42 or it suffered a major delay, just tell us the truth and deal with the people who have an immature reaction to it like adults. They added that the developer needs to address how piss poor this game is managed.
Yeah.
Piss poor, yeah.
I mean, yeah, finally. Piss poor.
poor, right?
It's so piss poor. I can't even
it's a bit
imagine how piss poor it is. Another user, Nadetta, wrote, I don't mind SQ42 being delayed. Take as much time as you need, but setting dates and then not saying anything as those dates come and go is kind of a dick move towards your backers.
Yeah,
Yes?
but that is a dick move towards your backers, yeah.
Have any of you ever made dick moves on a backer?
What?
I'm trying to make it work in my head. Strip clubs,
It doesn't work.
on a
It just
Just see sat
Oh,
on
I
it
think
for
it
like
does.
a minute,
Oh.
like a full
you're
minute.
talking about someone with
Come
a
on.
huge ass.
and making dick moves upon them.
But then others pointed out that the game has been in development for 8 years. In that time, The Last of Us 1 and 2 have come out.
That's
To put it
crazy.
in some
Yeah.
perspective, yeah.
Oh my god. So obviously everyone knew that Star Citizen was an ambitious project, but they also pointed out that the developer promised to keep them in the loop. After all, these people are funding the game, and they have acknowledged that, so to suddenly start ignoring it, it's just really shitty.
Yeah. Maybe they hired a PR company and the company was like, stop telling them you're going to have this done because it's not going to be done. And Star Citizen's like, but they haven't been mad at us before and it's been 19 years.
Chris Roberts is like, this is not my first time around.
Trust me,
okay.
These people can't get mad at me.
How long can it take to like render the entire observable universe though in a compelling format that also includes some of our favorite stars?
I think it took the universe like a couple of seconds, but
This took 7 days.
7 days, that's right.
And it's still expanding. There is no excuse now.
Other fans pointed to a pledge that Roberts made to the game's backers saying, we, the developer, intend to treat you with the same respect we would give a publisher. You will receive regular updates about the progress of the game.
that's what
We
I'm
promised-
saying. Why did they say that if they're not going to do it?
Right. We promise to give you the same respect we'd give a publisher. 0. None.
Yeah, maybe they thought it sounded cool to say that.
Probably, yeah.
It does sound
It
pretty
does
cool.
sound, yeah, it's pretty
Well,
cool.
it makes the
If your
backers
friends
feel
all gave
important.
regular updates and progress about the game, would you?
You wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't release a game.
Download your grandma.
Now, we should note that when it comes to the MMO portion of Star Citizen, that the development team does provide updates. They even have a weekly blog called This Week in Star Citizen. Someone need to get that?
As a timer. I don't know why I have it on.
Is it just so that you know it's exactly 10 a.m.?
10 a.m. in all's well. My town crier is out for the pandemic. So I have to, every hour, I have to set an alarm.
It's 10.
Yeah, there was one yesterday talking about the Alpha 3.10 of the Persistent Universe, which is somewhat playable. They built out the game's first system with multiple planets on it. They've also posted video updates recently from the development team.
But none
good
of
enough, right?
those things mention Squadron 42, which is what fans are annoyed about. I mean, there's most likely, probably, work being done, but the team is definitely just really taking their time. Meanwhile, Roberts' team just keeps raising more and more and more and more and more and more and more money.
At this point, the game has raised well over $300 million, according to its own. Yes, according to its own
insane.
stats, from more than 2.7 million backers. So that's so, even with 2.7 million backers, that is still so much money.
An extraordinary amount of money.
It's a lot of cash.
Meanwhile, Kotaku Australia reported earlier this year that the game has raised another 63 million from outside investors over the years. So the running total is currently, it's more like $363 million.
I would make so many video games with that much money, and they'd all be out.
Right.
I would disappear.
Right. Oh, that's maybe what they did, Connor.
Yeah, I would buy like a plane and just stuff it full of like everything I need, and then just find an island and then just crash into it, probably because I don't know how to fly. But they'll never find me.
I wonder if Star Citizen will get to the point where the game's development cost rivals that of an actual spaceship.
So they do this partly by selling ships to backers that can cost in the thousands of dollars. But that's also left people wondering, how much more money do they need? It has also been reported that the team has been going through those funds pretty quickly. Last year, Forbes published an expose on the game's troubled development. People who worked on the game said that it suffers from massive feature creep and that Chris Roberts had basically lost control of it all, which is generally what prevents a game from shipping. People just keep adding features, keep adding things. They say that games never finished, only shipped, because you could always add more.
Virtual ships in Star Citizen are just like houses. They only appreciate in value.
That is true. It's a good investment.
Forbes reported that at the end of 2017, Roberts just had $14 million in the bank, although he has obviously since raised more. Lots of players on the game's subreddit shared stories about how long they'd been supporting Star Citizen and how much they'd spent on it. This next part is horrifying.
One, the Uncrying wrote, I bought into the hype, figuratively and literally, spent over $2,000 over 5 years and have come to terms that this game might never see the light of day. They added, an expensive lesson surely, but one I needed. I will never blindly support another firm with that much money ever again.
Well, others shared some gallows humor about the development team's silence. Reddit user Lataro wrote, don't worry, you will hear from them again right around the time when they want a nice cash injection. Yes, and to which another user, Jabba the What, replied, the best thing for this project, and especially Squadron 42, would be for everyone to immediately stop giving them money.
The project has just become a case study in the pitfalls of supporting a game's development. Crowdfunding was huge in the early part of the last decade as a great way for fans to connect directly with developers and fund a project without the meddling of a big publisher. But it turns out big publishers make games come out. Even if they're broken, at least they come out.
Alana, in your professional opinion, what do you think is in the cards for Squadron 42?
I sort of feel like Star Citizen is going to be in development until the end of time. I think it's probably going to be in development until Chris specifically stops enjoying making it. And then he's like, we're gonna ship it. We'll make something else.
Just ship it.
Connor, you wanna end us on a joke? You have a joke for us, maybe?
Yeah,
Tell us
sure.
a joke.
This guy walks into a bar. No, it's a long one. He eats a turtle at the end. It's kind of
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, that was good. I like
like a
that.
roast beef sandwich. I mean, honestly, I've given you all the tools. If you can't put it together, that's on you.
right,
Turtle roast beef
that's all I
sandwich.
need.
That's the joke.
That's enough. That's all I need.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Monday. A clap for Star Citizen. AKA the game you wasted $50 on in 2012 and you're still annoyed about it.
The game seems to have hit a milestone as the most expensive game ever made, despite the years of work and still not a complete game to show for it. So congratulations, Star